What will EA do during E3 2017? Of course, Zach, hey man, we made like a video, I think, or I did it myself, like a video about the predictions for EA, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, they're not at E3, they have their own show," and I'm like, yeah, but it's next to the E3. So before people are going to say that in the comments, they are at the freaking E3 show, and then we call it an E3 press conference, whether you like it or not. E-Play, EA Play, or whatever they call it. Just no. Okay. So what will they show during the E3 2070 press conference? Yeah, I already introduced you a little
Yeah,
bit. But
hi.
hey, Zach.
Yeah, just laughing at the awkward intro there. What's up, guys?
Yeah, man, I have to get in front of these guys now, otherwise shit will get loose. No, anyway, this is awesome. Each EA, yeah, normally their press conferences aren't like that exciting, but they always have some awesome games. Like for the first time last year, we saw the Battlefield 1 gameplay, we saw Titanfall 2 gameplay, so that was pretty big. They of course have the sports games. They will do some awkward mobile shit, I'm sure of it, but let's just focus on the awesome things. And if we look at the E3 press conference and the things that they have been doing, like cooking up there at EA, I think that we can expect some awesome stuff. So why don't you go ahead and share your first prediction?
My first prediction and the safest prediction is FIFA 2018. Yeah.
No, they're not going to do that. No.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of makes them a lot of money. I mean, it's no, they're definitely skipping it this year. It's no.
But let's just get these sports games out of the way, because personally, I don't think that's really exciting. I mean, of course, a lot of people buy them, and of course, they have to talk about the new features, quote unquote, in FIFA 17 or FIFA 18 in this case. I think they have the journey back and like their single player mode and stuff like that, and they will have something to talk about. Otherwise, it's like really, oh yeah, it's a roster update. They're not going to switch engines because they already did that for FIFA 17. So no, it will be something.
There's also Madden, NBA, you know.
Yeah, I know them. Let's just go to the awesome games. Battlefront 2, we will totally see that. Star Wars Battlefront 2 already sort of announced during their financial meeting, and yeah, that will release this year. It will be huge because there's also a new huge Star Wars movie coming out, and hopefully they will now, I mean, they already said this a little bit, but that was weird with the first Star Wars Battlefront. They didn't incorporate any of the Star Wars Force Awakens characters. I mean, that was so no-brain, but they didn't do it. They stick with the classic ones.
They will this time around.
Yeah, they totally will this time around. They will of course show the single-player campaign, because there's a single-player campaign right now in Star Wars, like Battlefront 2. That was of course one of the things that a lot of people were asking for and they didn't know, or they didn't do. And they will also have just way more deeper systems. It was just like a casual, friendly, not as deep version of Battlefield, of course made by the same guys, DICE, but you had to pick up tokens to fly the TIE fighter and stuff like that. It was not that exciting, so I think that they will totally change that, have more of the same. I mean, if you play Star Wars Battlefront right now, their reboot, it's way deeper than it was when it launched, and I think that when it launched, or when this game will launch, we will already see some of. Okay, what else will they show, Zach?
Yeah, so Star Wars: The Old Republic's gonna get an expansion, like it does pretty much every single year. And last year they showed it on a little tiny show reel of a making behind the scenes thing. It was 2 seconds. You probably missed it. But it was there. Star Wars: Old Republic was there. It might not have been the new expansion, but
the game makes them millions and millions and millions, and they don't even give that game
it only makes them $250 million a year. But it doesn't deserve time. It doesn't deserve time at all.
Here, look at FIFA.
Exactly, look at FIFA. But yeah, it'll have a new expansion. They kind of tied off the previous storyline, so it will be somewhat of a new storyline. It'll be very grand scale, because sort of how it ended was you have your own empire essentially, and you're the ruler of it. So I'm very interested to see sort of what they do with it moving forward, because like I said, the storyline before is kind of tied up, so they kind of have to do something new. And yeah, it's gonna be basically $15 a month to play it, and they probably will follow the same formula, hopefully, where they'll give you the entire story initially instead of doing what they did with not this current expansion, but the previous one, where they kind of trickled in episodes monthly, making you have to stay subscribed. So hopefully they'll keep what they did this time around, and yeah, it's probably gonna be amazing like all their other expansions. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think they will, maybe if they, hopefully they will do some more stage time, because last year was pretty awkward. But okay, yeah, one more Star Wars thing. I think they're like really, like every EA studio except for these sport guys are like working on Star Wars games. Even Respawn from Titanfall, of course, is now making a Star Wars title. But another studio that have been quiet for a long time, they've been working on the game for really, really long, is the Visceral Games Star Wars game. And we kind of saw a small like gameplay tidbit during E3 2016, but now we will go full on gameplay. Although I kind of want to discuss this, because that will be a single player type of Uncharted Star Wars game. Looks really promising, sounds really promising. Of course, we have the Amy Hennig on board with this game. She of course wrote the Uncharted like series, the first one, the second one, and the third one. So yeah, we kind of can expect something awesome there. Hopefully some awesome characters. But will this not like set the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign like in shadows? Will that not be like overshadow like that whole campaign that they are trying to do over there at DICE? I mean, DICE is an amazing developer, but mostly known for their multiplayer type of stuff. I mean, the Battlefield 1 campaign was pretty cool, but that was mostly because you didn't expect anything awesome. And yeah, so do you think that they will still show this Visceral Star Wars game? I mean, there are also rumors that they're going to show it at the Star Wars Celebration, but who knows?
I don't know. It's possible. I don't think it will hurt them either way. I think it'll be good to show it, and it will be good for even Battlefront, because, you know, hey, this is an action adventure game. The other one is a normal shooter. You know, get together with your friends, multiplayer style, and go on a huge battlefield and kill everything in sight. You know, it's definitely different flavors for different people, and I think both the campaigns will be different flavors for different people. You know, maybe if you like a more Battlefield or Call of Duty-esque type campaign, that's maybe not the most original thing ever, but it's very spectacular. Michael Bay, flash explosions everywhere. You might care for the Battlefront storyline. But maybe if you want something that's a bit more meaty, that has a bit more of an in-depth, awesomely written storyline, maybe you'll go for the Visceral one. So I don't think one will outshine the other. A lot of people bought Battlefront 1 without a campaign, so I think that adding the campaign is definitely going to benefit the entire thing, and maybe get more people to buy it that maybe weren't so happy with the value or lack of value that was Battlefront 1. So yeah, I think that it's not really going to affect it much. I think it's different enough.
So let's move on to another prediction from you. Do you have something else? Like, I mean, EA is not, it's pretty predictable.
Yeah,
but
so I think that Bioware might reveal their new IP that's totally not an RPG. We gotta reiterate this. So yeah, I think they'll finally show it off, and it'll be in all its glory, especially since Andromeda didn't do that hot, but I think they'll still mention Andromeda a bit. But I think that they'll definitely be trying to, I guess you could say, they'll have a chip on their shoulder and want to come out and be like, you know what, we're going to show this bad boy off. Especially if they feel confident in it, they'll show it off. If they aren't confident in it yet, then they might not show it off yet.
It has to release before April, but on the other hand, for Mass Effect, that was also like, it's like out now, but it was still not at E3 2016 in a large capacity. But I think for a new IP, they really need to showcase this, and I think that why Mass Effect Andromeda is also not like critically well received is also because like not the Bioware guys that made the original trilogy is working on that, and I think that their like main team is now working on this new IP. So
they made the stupid decision of throwing a massive IP to a brand new team that not work together. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you guys doing? Come on, that just sounds ridiculous.
We need to make money, Zach. So yeah.
We need to make
Yeah,
EA more money, you know. They're kind of our publisher. They love us, you know. Please give
No,
us money.
I think that this will maybe be a teaser before E3, and then they will have this full gameplay blowout at E3, or yeah, at EA Play, of course. But I think that this will be their biggest like thing there. Like they really want to push this. I mean, the Star Wars games will kind of sell themselves. Everyone will love Battlefront 2. That will look great, but they really need to sell this, and I think that that will be really interesting to watch. And I think that that's like the end of it. They are not going to do anything else like that is pretty remarkable. I mean, a new Bioware IP that is supposed to be pretty big and totally not an RPG. It's new for Bioware. I mean, they haven't made. I mean, they're known for their RPGs.
You know,
So
that whole thing is gonna live on forever. Every
Yeah,
time we
totally.
mention this game, it's totally not gonna be an RPG. You
I
know.
can't wait to see what this game is, and I think that it will only take like 2 minutes before they start talking about some character creation or something like that, and you're like, okay.
No,
yeah,
they're gonna throw it to
focusation.
London or some other country to talk about FIFA, obviously.
Oh yeah, that also that was a thing. Hopefully they don't do that. It was pretty awkward. I heard for the people that were there. They were like, okay, yeah, we're sitting in this theater, but we're watching a screen, and yeah, it was so weird. They're trying something though, but yeah. Anyway, that was I think that were all our predictions, and I think that that's everything that's going to happen. And still, it will look. Oh, sorry, man.
I mentioned Andromeda. There will be an
Oh, yeah,
Andromeda
yeah,
DLC.
I thought that was the only mention you were going to give. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there'll
they're
be-
already talking about that.
Yeah, there'll be an Andromeda DLC and probably Battlefield 1 as well. So DLC for days, yay! And roster updates.
The premium pass and the battlefields and yeah. I think you're right. Okay, that was our like EA 2017 predictions. No Skate 4, sadly. Still, their Instagram account is like every comment under every picture they post is Skate 4, but they said they're not working on that. So don't expect that. I know it
Skate
hurts,
4, just like Tony Hawk, when that came out of nowhere, it will come out of nowhere at some point. Just wait, maybe.
hopefully
2, 3,
it will be
4
better than
years,
Tony
maybe?
Hawk, though.
It's true.
But
That's
maybe
true.
Ubisoft will make a skateboard game like Steep,
Oh.
but
Oh God, no,
like
please.
Hill or something.
Oh God, no, please.
Anyway, those were our EA E3 2017 predictions for EA Play.
Do you think it will be good though?
like the overall press conference?
Yeah.
No, they're always bad.
No.
No, seriously, their press conferences are never like that exciting.
Let's be real. They're probably gonna show the Bioware IP for probably like all of 2 seconds. They're gonna show
Yeah.
the Visceral action adventure game
Look
for all
what
of
they've
like
been
a
working
minute.
on.
They're
Yeah.
gonna show the Andromeda DLC probably for the entire show. They're probably gonna show sports games for the entire show, and Battlefield 1 DLC for the entire show. They're gonna give everything that needs time, no time, and everything that doesn't need time, all the time. That's what they always do.
Yeah, yeah, it's like really for investors and well, I mean, and they're not like looking at the press conference and like, maybe we should make this more exciting, because it's like, yeah, people are like moaning about it like the next day, but after that nobody is talking about their bad press conference, and then yeah, they said all their games go out and sell really well, so why would they like go out and change
Why
anything?
care?
Yeah.
They'll
Anyway,
show
what
up
do you think?
awkwardly at another Nintendo conference and be like, "Hey guys, we're here, FIFA. Okay, let's leave."
They will maybe talk about FIFA for the Switch, like the PS3 game. You
Sure.
heard about that?
True.
Hopefully they will do that. Anyway, what do you think that EA will show at E3 2017? Let us know in the comments down below. We have way more E3 2017 predictions, discussions, and stuff like that coming up on the channel. So be sure to subscribe, like the video if you did. Zach, thanks a lot. And yeah, we will speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.